Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, which means beauty is a social construct that changes from person to person. And this is true to a degree. Each person considers different aspects of face and body beautiful. Furthermore, different people can find different sizes and shapes of facial and bodily features, again, beautiful. All of these are inherently true facts, but real life isn't as straightforward as I make it out to seem in some of these videos, because beauty standards exist, and so do traditionally beautiful people. In this video, we're going to talk about the reason behind these standards, and we're going to look at a facial feature, well, technically facial feature, that hasn't been looked at a whole lot, the neck. The reason behind these beauty standards, despite differences in individual standards, is that culturally similar people are bound to perceive beauty, along with many other factors in their life, quite similarly. This cross-cultural similarity has been explored many times in our previous videos, where people of similar cultures evaluate beauty in similar ways. This is ultimately what gives rise to beauty standards, which are usually only standard for a specific region. However, there is still the idea of universal standards, which are things that people all over the world just biologically find attractive. The uprise of social media and increased representation of Western and, more correctly, Eurocentric beauty standards has resulted in beauty standards of other regions being underrepresented. Another reason for a global standard of beauty of certain facial and bodily features is that most cultures have a very similar perception of beauty since the beginning, hence allowing certain features to become the standard of beauty. This, when combined with the vast representation of specific facial features, has resulted in certain facial features becoming international standards regardless of culture. One of the best representations of this is in the shape and the size of the neck. According to most fashion curators studying fashion, beauty, and their history, the desire for a long and graceful neck is one of those aesthetics that is universally shared. Different cultures view a slender and long neck as a thing of beauty. Although the reasoning behind it is different for each culture, they can all agree that it makes a woman look more graceful and hence more beautiful. Men from other cultures can claim that it may not be the first thing that they notice about a woman, but it is definitely a feature that they can signify increases the beauty of a woman, whereas in other cultures, men openly seek out women with long necks. As for men, it's quite the opposite. You still want a decently sized neck, but you want it to be more wider and broader, as it makes the width of your face blend in more seamlessly with your trapezoids and your shoulders. The culture of Kayan women from Myanmar holds long and slender necks responsible for the beauty of their women. In fact, these women wear brass rings around their necks to give the illusion of a growing long neck. They start wearing these rings from a very young age, between 5 to 8 years of age, all in the pursuit of beauty. Starting with usually around 5 rings, they keep on adding these rings as they grow older, and by the time that they're adults, they have over 10 rings around their necks. It's important to emphasize that although the neck appears to be growing larger every year, it isn't actually growing larger and is the result of an illusion created by the rings and the stretchiness of the skin. Western and European cultures also consider long necks to be quite significant in beautifying a woman, although no drastic steps are taken to achieve such a look. Women from these areas often perform stretches and yoga poses to get a longer and slender neck. The lack of drastic steps is simply because of a lack of options. Apart from stretching, not much can be done to actually elongate the neck, as the size of the neck mainly depends on the bones within, and altering them in any invasive form is highly risky and definitely not worth the investment. Often nicknamed a ballerina's neck, the long neck is considered beautiful because of its graceful appearance. The general consensus, basically, between different cultures is that a long neck is an attractive feature for a woman to have. Actresses, dancers, and models from all over the world try to achieve this feature as it increases their chances of being viewed as a versatile actor, a graceful dancer, and a beautiful supermodel. Part of this appeal for a long and slender neck comes from the idea of being facially lean, where research has shown that most men typically prefer women who are of an average to lower body fat percentage, and a lot of the time the fat actually gets stored in the neck, perhaps due to thyroid issues, and so this could also be due to a genetic component indicating healthiness. It is important to note that a long neck, despite being a beauty standard on its own and a highly sought after physical feature, doesn't actually result in beauty by itself. The reason behind that is quite simple. Beauty is not the addition of all standard facial features, but rather a result of symmetry and compatibility, in other words harmony, of these facial features. The neck shape and size has to match the shape and size of the face and the body for it to be considered beautiful. In fact, a long neck when matched with a round face may not appear as attractive or proportionate as one may hope. And so realistically, the leanness of the neck should match the leanness of the face. If the face is sharp and angular, then the neck should also be slender and graceful. As usual, make sure to like and subscribe to the Koofs channel for more analysis of the leading research that's coming out on facial aesthetics. If you do, we'll show you how, what, and not to do when aiming for a neck-related beauty. Who wrote this script? At this point, the question that comes to mind is, why is such a long neck an important part of cultural definitions of beauty? Of all the neck shapes, why is there a predilection for long and narrow necks? There are various possible answers to these questions, and they focus on two very different aspects: cultural representation and psychology. From the perspective of KN culture, long necks are a symbolization of wealth and prosperity. This symbolization of wealth is an aspect that they share with other cultures, which are going to be mentioned also. According to them, long necks are characteristics of dragons, the highest animal, and the animal they consider to be the father of everything. To appear as graceful, strong, and well-balanced as the dragon would significantly raise the status of a woman in that society. This is why women start wearing high brass rings around their necks from a very young age and until they become young adults. Although it doesn't actually elongate the neck, it does create the illusion of a longer neck, and this is the main reason why long necks in that society are considered to be the highest standard of beauty by the KNs. Just a quick announcement, the Koofs Patreon is live and has the beauty podcast that we do every week on it. In this second 30-minute episode, I dissect in detail a research paper titled "What Women Want: Male Facial Metric Analysis for Attraction" by Cunningham et al., which essentially suggests that female preferences are more biased towards male faces with more neonate features, in other words, childlike, over hypermasculine. In particular, larger rounded eyes like male model Dan Brown, with mature masculine features such as a strong jaw, and some feminine development like high cheekbones produce the ideal look, as the research found, across many different papers. Head over to our Patreon to catch that. It's $10 a month, but in return you're getting 1 to 2 podcast episodes a week, along with exclusive Patreon only videos which we don't always put on YouTube. High tier members can also communicate with our medical team to get their questions answered and get a discount to our aesthetic reports as well. Another reason for the popularity of long necks over other neck shapes is that they allow a person to clearly express themselves through body language. Women with long necks can use it to be flirty and express vulnerability, which increases their chances with men. According to the psychology of body language, exposing your neck, which becomes extremely prominent if you have a long neck, is a sign of expressing vulnerability. This gives men the sign that a woman is flirty with them, and neck exposure is a very commonly seen and documented trope in couples who are early in the phases of their relationship. Long necks also allow for other body language cues to become more prominent and increase social relationships and intimacy. Basically speaking, women can flirt and convey warmth along with vulnerability using their long ballerina necks. A simple yet common example of this is the hair flip gesture that a lot of women do. Hair flip is basically a variation of neck exposure, which when combined with a warm and welcoming smile, is guaranteed to make them appear more attractive and welcoming. In other cultures, the neck can be an erogenous zone, which has a lot of nerve endings and it makes it sensitive and quite sexual. The neck can also be a neutral zone that connects the logic, rationale, and thoughts formed by the brain with the emotions and sentiments formed around the heart and the erotically charged breast. This middle placement of the neck makes it important in all matters of life then. According to these cultures, a long neck represents balance and control. Long necks express vulnerability and prowess at the same time, as severing the neck would sever the connection between different aspects of life, but adorning the neck and holding it high would represent success and prosperity. A long neck's symbolization of wealth and beauty can also be related to functionality. This type of neck shape acts as the perfect display stand for jewelry such as necklaces, and this expressive ability of the neck with jewelry has been present for thousands of years, with evidence dating back to the Neanderthal species. Traditionally, men show off or have flaunted their wealth by covering their women in gold and silver jewelry. In South Asian cultures, women often wear several necklaces at the same time. to again symbolize wealth and success. Having a long neck in such a case is preferred as it allows them to wear even more jewelry and ensure that everyone can see it very clearly. So again, this fixation with necks is partly biological, where the neck is an erogenous zone that is quite flirty and playful, but there is also a more social and functional reason for displaying ornamentation. According to Harold Koder, a fashion curator and scholar for the Metropolitan Museum of Art, long necks became popular and are now associated with high standards of beauty due to their ability to display and express fashion and style. So in other words, long necks are now high fashion. A long neck allows women to look graceful, vulnerable and stylish all in one shot. This strong link between fashion and long necks is why it's a sought-after feature in models and actresses alike, as it has the potential to advance their professional careers. Because most brands are looking to advertise their jewelry and fashion pieces, they prefer these models with longer necks. The public sees this on billboards, TV and social media and come to associate long necks with high fashion. This creates the illusion that long necks are the ideal beauty standard as they're so vastly represented in media. And so this is why long necks are preferred in both Western and Eastern cultures. Alright, so that brings this video to an end. Hopefully you've learned something in this episode of Beauty Culture, where we talk about cultural standards of beauty, and long necks are a very good topic, a very good candidate for talking about beauty standards in I suppose the East and the West. I do realize that I didn't really talk about men's neck shapes, which is also a video on its own because men have to get wider necks through exercise and hypertrophy, and so men can actually change their neck shape a lot more than women can. For women, it's mainly just getting as low body fat as possible if you really want a slender neck, which isn't possible for everyone because they may have features such as a low hyoid bone, and this may cause a neck to actually be quite big boned, I suppose, even though they're quite lean. And so that video for the men should also come out quite soon. I recommend that you subscribe to the channel if you want to get an Kuv's aesthetics report, where you can get 7,000 words of technical feedback from our team of doctors and dentists, a full in-depth consultation on your facial aesthetic. Then go to the Kuv's website and order a report there. Follow us on our social media, and you can also check out our beauty podcast on Patreon, where I speak more freely about matters in some of the fringe aspects of facial aesthetics and all the research that we do. A lot more commentary style stuff like I'm doing now.